The ultimate aim of Kung Fu is to master yourself. The Tao Te Ching says that to master others is strength, to master yourself is true power. And it's the hardest thing to do in life. But if you can master yourself, then your Kung Fu is genuinely succeeded.
Our imagined self-importance, the delusion that we have some privileged position in the universe.
We feel that our heart beats itself, and that has nothing very much to do with I.
The individual is really a product of separate existence.
I ended my official military service in 2017. It was a DoD contract in Germany. And I did 2 deployments prior to that to Baghdad, Iraq. And so after my military service, I wasn't doing well. I wasn't adjusting well. It was just the next mission. So I needed something to sort of, to calm me down. I tried different therapies. I tried CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, a bunch of different medications, and everything just came up short. It wasn't working.
Something that is easy to forget in martial arts is that if you've never been in fights, nothing can prepare you for that.
When I was here in 2017, I just came as a student, basic level, and what I found with the training, I never felt like this before, ever in my life. I never felt so energized and so calm and so positive. I did boxing before when I was younger. It was very aggressive art, and I felt good coming out of the ring, but not like when I would leave this training area. I learned to control myself, right? To get punched in the face and not react to it and not internalize it. You gotta come here to kind of learn that. To get punched in your face, lower your chi. Then you stop taking things so personally, right? My whole being was just elevated, right? I would leave training, I was like, wow, what is this? This is amazing. I didn't think it could cure anything, but the training actually did. It sort of just cured everything. As I was training, I think it was actually during a tea time, someone mentioned something about trauma, and so we were just getting into it, and I thought, let's just hearing the word trauma and think of all my friends with post-traumatic stress, this place, and all the vets I know and the failed therapies that I went through. I felt like this could be a good place for vets to come to. So this is when we thought of Project Hammer. And it was like, wow, it would be good to get veterans out here to come train and come deal with their demons face to face in a safe environment where the instructor's actually really good. really empathetic, really compassionate, and professionals at their art.
People who've got different battles to fight, yeah. But having a group of people behind you, supporting you, yeah, and that makes a big difference. And Kung Fu gives you that structure.
To do Project Hammer, I thought it would be best to become an instructor. I gotta be what I teach, right? I have to be what I teach. So I thought I'm trained Kung Fu as a student, and I'll become an instructor so I can actually help veterans here, or if I go back home. And so that's just started me on the instructor path, and just keep going. And since I've been here, I've taught so many students.
The more that you are treated with respect by your students, the easier it is to respect yourself. Yeah. And for AJ, teaching is therapy. When you stand in front of a class of people, you know, there's no room for doubt. There's no room for indecisiveness. Yeah, you have to exude confidence and give your confidence to them. And that instills confidence in you, in yourself. Yeah. Forces you up to the next level.
When we thought about sort of this idea to get veterans to do Shaolin Kung Fu, the idea was sort of based around my battle buddy. I deployed with him in the 1st of the 103rd Field Artillery Brigade. His name is Sergeant Sean Hanneran. And we had deployed together, and he was like just really hard charger character. He's a funny guy. Everybody liked him. Everyone respected him. So I can't remember what year it was, but I remember finding out that Sean, he took his own life not too far after the deployment. And I think I could have done more. I don't think, you know, I'm not a superhero. I don't think I could have swooped in and saved him, but I could have done more personally. I think that creating Project Hammer in his honor is a grounding motivation for me, and it's honorable for him. Because we took care of each other when we was overseas, and we was battle buddies, and I feel like I can try to do that now, even though he's not here. I can do it in his memory, in his honor. The military is actually pretty good at getting you in a battle mind. They're really good at that. But they're not good, at least when I came back home, they wasn't good at bringing you back home.
This is a story about a wise Buddhist monk and his young apprentice. The two monks come to a river, and the river is in flood. And stranded on the bank of a river is an old lady who desperately wants to get home, but can't cross the river because the current is just too strong for her. Without hesitation, the old monk simply picks up the woman, puts her on his back, carries her across the river. And when he gets to the opposite bank, he puts her down and calmly continues on his way. And now his young apprentice is very, very troubled by this. And after a little while, he can't contain himself any longer, and he says, "Master, I'm sorry, but I have to ask you, as monks, we're forbidden to touch women, and yet you picked up the old woman and carried her across the river. How can you explain this?" And the old man says, "Yes, it's true. I carried her over the river, but when I got to the other bank," he says, "I put her down. Whereas you, young man, you are still carrying her."
What that story means is you just let go of that trauma, let go of that identity. Yes, they are part of you, but they don't have to become you.
The Buddha said that you can search the whole world and find nobody more deserving of your love and kindness than yourself. And yet the world is full of people that find it very difficult to love themselves.